Hey, Clinton Jordan, hope you are amazing wherever you are, whoever you are with. I hope it's an amazing day for you. I wanted to talk about emotions and what they mean to us in life. Again, I'm just having a very reflective moment. I like when I'm in a space and environment where the scenery and everything is changed, no matter what the scenery is, if it looks as beautiful as that or if it looks the opposite or different, whatever it is. I just like to take down a note, and I want to share with you this feeling that I had, or this thought, which is surrounded by a cascade of feelings, and that is on the subject of emotions. Just like many people on the planet, we are going through a change. We're going through a process of transforming. Some, it's abundantly clear what they need to transform into. Some have got their vision even before this pandemic. Some are getting the information as they're going along, because they're piecing it together, because they're thinking, they're putting pen to paper, they're processing, they're deliberating, they're ruminating, they're making actions. And there are some that have been violently shifted in this season of change. It could have been a separation, a divorce. It could have been being fired, let go from a job, redundancy. It could have been that you've realized that your dreams are needed to be changed. They needed to be put into realization now because the tables of this planet are shifting. Whatever they may be. Some of us have children growing up and have changed in this season, and we've had to shift. I know, like myself, my children are different people than they were before this pandemic, and it's forced me to violently shift and change my timetable from what I thought would have been over these last 2 years to something completely different. So some of these transitions and these changes have been violently thrusted upon us, and in the process of all of this, our emotions have been tested. I want to leave this with you. Whatever place you are in, whether it's been a preemptive strike, whether it's been a reactive thing, or whether it's just taken you by surprise. If I can encourage you with this one thing, to do this, I believe that your life would be better for it, and give you some what's the word I'm looking to? Gravity, soberness. Don't let your emotions dictate your motion. Now, please forgive me for the alliteration. This is not. I don't want you to think that it sounds wise because it's got it's a lovely alliteration. No. Our emotions. It's funny how that word motion can fit into emotions. Our emotions are necessary in the movement of our motions. But sometimes, like in situations like this, or the opposite, could be an amazing situation, our emotions can sometimes somewhat be amplified to the point of distortion. And sometimes it causes us to do things that may be before the time, or sometimes even too late. It's important that we use our emotions as checks and balances in the movements of our lives. But there must be an even balance of using our emotions in order to graduate us to the next place. Something I like to do is to sometimes divorce myself from my emotions. Now, this isn't for everybody, but it can be used from time to time. if I can step outside of my emotions to see where my movements are, my actions, then sometimes it can give me an objective point of view, perspective, as if I'm a person outside with an objective point of view. If you were the friend looking at yourself, or the bystander, what would it look like if I wasn't emotionally invested? But there is a time, don't get me wrong, there is a time to be emotionally invested in things. But if you're like me, where I'm very emotional, I commit my emotions, sometimes we need that checks and balance in place. Emotions serve as almost like a wave on the ocean. Sometimes we can surf on them for a bit too long and they carry us off out. Sometimes our emotions can give us a very insular perspective and not causing us to look outside in. We become internal because they're inside, I guess. So if anything I can leave with you today, see if you can, as a practical tool, write down your scenario and see and write down the emotions that are pervading either through the situation or maybe on the peripheries, on the outside of the scenario. Start to doodle. Just get a blank piece of paper and write the scenario down. It's very therapeutic to see what's where and why it's there. If a person is in the scenario, write the person's name down and write the surrounding emotions of the feelings that are around. Just let the hand go. Be free with the hand. So I like to do this. Be free with the hand and see what happens. So you can see it almost like a literal painting. That way we can kind of take ourselves away from the actual scenario. And maybe then, just maybe, we can start to plan our movements. If you're a person that's angry, if your go-to emotion is anger, maybe your anger is prohibiting you from making movements in the right way, but more applying force when a forceful situation is forced upon you. Sit down, put it on the table, put it on the paper, map it out, and convert your anger into action. Take that passion. Anger is a good emotion. Convert it into a passion. See if you can convert that anger into a fuel that will drive you with void of the direction of anger towards a person or a thing, but the passion to change and make better for your environment. I hope this information serves you well. I hope these thoughts have some purpose in your life. Please do comment if you can. Hit me back up, let me know. If they don't serve any purpose, let me know too. I'd love to know your thoughts. Again, they are just thoughts. Just they're mine. And just like to share them with you. Have a fantastic day wherever you are, whoever you are with, and let's all strive to be the better versions of ourselves. Take care.